Welcome to Girls Who Read Porn. Please be advised that this podcast contains mature content for mature audiences. The title might have given that away though. We would also advise you triple check the trigger warnings of each book prior to the episode, and if it's not for you, we'll see you next week. Each episode includes major spoilers, so make sure you read the book, and don't say we didn't warn you. With all that in mind, on with the show. Hello everybody, and welcome to another episode of Girls Who Read Porn. I'm here with the usual crew, which happens to be Ola.
Howdy.
And George.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, how are you guys?
Good. It's fucking cold here today.
It snowed.
Ola, you don't know this,
Cold.
but
I do
it
know.
was
She told
21
me it was
degrees
snowing.
yesterday, and today it is 8 degrees.
And snowing.
snowing.
I think you're getting our weather though, because yesterday was so cold that I was like rugged up in a jacket inside, and that has not happened in October in history, I think. Like, I've never been cold in October in Sydney, but today, like, I was telling B that we got woken up so many times. We thought our windows were going to get fucking taken out because the wind is so bad right now.
I had to drive in a blizzard. It wasn't a blizzard when I left the house, but it was a blizzard when I had to return home.
It was so weird
Do you
too,
have to
because we
put
drove
chains
from
on your
like
cars now?
town.
No.
What did you say, Ola?
No, it's
Do you
not
have to
that
put chains on your cars?
No, because it never settles. It never freezes this time of year. The ground's too warm. So it just turns to mush and wet on the ground. But it was weird because we were like in
I hate
town,
that
which
kind
was
of
really
snow.
cold. And then like as we were driving up the hill, it like turned into snow.
Yeah.
Aha. I hate that snow, like that gross, like one
Wet.
that looks like it's got dog piss
It's
all
just
over
wet.
it. Yeah.
It was just
It's
wet,
yeah.
and it just slaps you in the face,
It's
and I was
dirty.
driving and I couldn't see properly, and the roads were chaos because it was like school pickup time as well. It was awful.
God, I hate mothers. No, I'm just kidding. I
we
don't.
were driving.
No, I don't.
and
I'm just
one of-
kidding.
And the other person in the car with us was like, oh, "Why can't these little bastards walk home?"
I feel the same way, honestly. I got into a bit of a fight with my 14-year-old sister this week, and I told her off. She has got an attitude. Somebody got their period, because she is going off at my mum, and I'm on the phone on speaker, and I was like, "Oi, the fuck do you think you're doing? Walk home then. Like, if you have a problem with the way that she picked you up, catch a bus like I did for 7 years. Don't be such a lazy little shit." And she's like, "Honey, that's what she..." And I was like, "Oh!" And then I went off, and then she still hasn't spoken to me since.
Wow.
Fuck
Yeah. She
pre-teenagers,
honeyed me.
man.
Honey. I was like, "Oh!" And my mum's
lived-
like, "Can you see what I'm dealing with?" And I'm like, "Fuck."
I've
birth
lived through
control.
that twice with my younger sisters.
Oh.
And the eldest of the younger one was the worst. She was chaos.
Yeah.
So
I think I'm much worse than she was, but like, because we've got such an age difference and I can tell her off because I also brought her up. Whereas if I was like a similar age to her, I couldn't really tell her off, I think. But because I'm I'm 17 years older than her, I'm almost 20 years older than her, I fucking told her off, and it's the first time ever. And she was like, why? Like, what's happening? Because I'm normally on her side, but this time, man, those hormones.
Wild.
I hate kids.
yeah. Okay.
I don't. I just hate them right now.
Yeah. So what we are reading this week is Until I Get You by Claire Contreras. Contreras? I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but there you go. Ratings, team.
Well, I think I'm gonna hit this with like a 2.5.
I'm hitting it with a 2.
Yeah. I'm going
Yeah.
in with a 1.
Fair enough, man.
Honestly, yeah.
I'm gonna read.
I understand.
I'm gonna read the
very
blurb.
angry.
I'm gonna read the blurb, and then we can like. I guess we're starting with our least favorite things because that's the
I don't
direction
even
this
know if
episode
that's
is
a
heading.
favorite.
This is like what we've turned into now. Like all of the books we read now, like we've all fucking hates, and we just spend like 40 minutes talking about how bad it was.
Do you know what it is, though, before you get into the blurb? We read books, like incredible books by like Pam Godwin or J.T. Gessinger or Mariana Zapata, and then we end up with these, probably, if we didn't read Mariana Zapata the week before, pretty average book. And then we're like, you come off such a high. No, but this one was actually just a piece of dog shit.
No, it was, but like even like you know, like because we read like Emily Rath's book, Packing Around, and like it wasn't like our favorite book, but like it was still like 20 times better than this book.
It was good. Like, it did what it was supposed to do, right? Whereas this one kind of hit the mark.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
This one, or
I'm gonna read.
I have to say, I was actually wondering how you guys were gonna respond because I was like, something ain't right when I was reading.
Okay. My reputation at Fairview University precedes me. I was the project #1 pick in the NHL draft and the fan favourite at the rink. People wanted to be me or be with me, except for Lila James Marikow. She didn't look at me like I was her next meal. She eyed me with disdain. Instead of vying for my attention, she ignored me and pushed me away. She was completely unattainable, and I became obsessed with her. When I finally got her, it felt like I was on top of the world. I was going to help the team win another championship, going into the draft, and had Lila by my side. And then, without warning, she left me, vanished. It took me 3 bitter, angry, long years to find her, but I did, and now she owes me a lot more than just an explanation. 3 years ago, she ruined my life. Now I was going to become her worst nightmare. See? That sounds amazing.
It really
that
does.
blurb,
and it had really good reviews from memory.
It does. It is
because we looked it up together, didn't we?
It's sitting at a 4.09 stars with 27,000 ratings.
That's a great average fucking rating on Goodreads. But the people lie.
Doesn't deserve it.
Liars! Are you kidding me? When I read that blurb, right? So when I found this book through Kindle Unlimited, on like the discovery page, when we were figuring out books to do for the episode,
you read the blurb to me, and I was like, "This is amazing!"
Right?
Like
so
we went through it together. Yeah.
When I read the blurb, I was like, "Wow, this is different. This is new. I like hockey romance. I've never read a dark hockey romance. I'm so excited for this book." Reading this book, I have never been so bored in my entire life. In fact, I didn't actually properly finish the book. I skim read the last half of I don't know, 30% of it, because I was just like picking out like key points of dialogue because it was so fucking boring. So boring.
It was so long. It was really long for what it did. Like, they dragged out, like, the tiniest... Like, every single day was described in detail.
Every second,
except for one thing.
Yes?
And this is the thing which I hated the most in this book. The most. Out of everything, I was like, you have explained each one of their pubic hairs, but you did not explain this. And it was when they were dating, and then it just jumped forward in time, and she's like, oh, we've been dating for a few weeks, and she told me about her rape. Anyway, next week...
Yeah. Yeah, like how he thinks about it, like I was upset when I found out about the rape. Like he's thinking back.
I didn't even know that she got raped, though. It wasn't explained properly.
Because that's the first time you hear about it.
Oh no, you hear about it in the first. You hear about it in the first part of the book. She slightly mentions. That's why she started dressing baggy and wearing the clothing. It's like skin.
She mentioned that he touched her, but it wasn't explained properly.
It's in the first half of the book. It's insinuated that something has happened to her body, which has made she no longer drinks certain alcohol, drinks open bottles of alcohol, or she wears baggy clothes and she behaves in certain ways and will only go to parties if certain men are there and that she knows can look after her. That's explained, which is the insinuation that something has happened to her. But it's not treated very well.
Yeah, it's not clear until all of a sudden you're on the next chapter and it says 3 weeks later after they started dating in the first bit. And it's like, oh, she told me about her attacks and her rape. And then today we're going to go to the zoo or some shit. I don't even know, but it was something just so... He's I'm upset about this. It was really
I got really confused. I got really confused in the first part as well. Where she doesn't really clearly outline the sexual assault that happened, but she very clearly outlines that her mum and her brother were killed by someone, but they don't even really explain the connection. It's very very
not her
confused.
Boyfriend, her friend.
No, they dated for 3 years.
They dated, but they weren't gonna be together. She didn't love him.
But can I just say, sorry, wouldn't the book be more interesting if they did have that dialogue about what happened to her?
Yeah.
The whole book
would have made a lot more sense.
The thing that annoyed me the most, right, is so I read the blurb and I'm expecting, I don't know, like, they have this experience together. The first part of the book wasn't bad, right? I don't think it was bad at all. It was like kind of slow, but I figured like we were building to something, so I like wasn't too frustrated. It's when all of a sudden we just get like the 3-year skip, and now and then it's just like complete and utter boredom after that. When I read the blurb, my expectation was that we were gonna have like 3 years, like we were gonna experience him looking for her, his downfall, the thing that upset him. Like, I just don't understand how she ruined his life. They slept together for like a maximum of 2 weeks, and then she left.
It was like a month. They were together for like a month.
And like what he achieved all of his goals. Like, he became the NHL hockey star hero that he wanted to. Like, nothing in his life was ruined.
No, but he didn't, because I don't know if you read further, because they didn't explain it until like at the very end, and I know that you skipped a lot.
Yeah.
Is that this guy, the one who ruined her life, like ruined his chances of getting into certain team in the NHL.
Yeah,
so he
like
didn't
fucked up
actually
the
reach
draft.
his dreams. So he fucked the draft up for him. But like, the thing that confuses me, there's so much that confuses me, that he didn't know that she was in the hospital until later, and then he's like, oh, it's all okay now because you were in the hospital. Just the fact that
he's so angry at her, right? Like, he's just so angry at her for leaving, but like he had literally just been attacked and almost killed, and she thought that was like her only option. Like, why would he be pissed at her for that? Like, he shows up so angry, treats her terribly, when none of this is her fault. She left him because she thought he was going to get killed. Him. Because her like previous partner had been killed.
I kind of hated both of them, right?
Yeah, I hate them both. Don't get me wrong, but I really hated him. And normally I give the guys a lot more credit than I do the chicks, because they always write the chicks out to be some whingy bitches. But no, they wrote this guy to be a complete fucking loser.
Because I really liked her character at first. I was like, oh, she's interesting. Like, she takes no shit. Like, she's got it all sorted. What a fun, new, interesting, like, female character. But, like, I don't know. It was just frustrating because she had the same internal dialogue, like, oh, like, I can't let him get close or he's gonna get hurt, blah, 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 blah. And then she'd just, like, keep doing things that bring him in closer.
Yeah.
I don't know. You look like an angel right now.
Thanks. It's because
the sunlight's like...
The sunlight is, like, coming down on you like we're talking to you from heaven.
It's because my camera's
Betty coming in from heaven. It's not your camera.
No, dude, it's because the sun's like shining directly into it. The sun is
shining right directly. Leave it. It's beautiful. You look stunning. Yeah, I don't know. The whole thing was really stupid. The ending was stupid. Everything was just stupid.
It took me a really long time to read this book. Like, I could only read like 10% at a time. It took me like days and days. Like, because we ended up pushing this episode back, right? Because we just like couldn't fucking read this book. Mm-hmm. We just kept on pushing it back.
At all. I was struggled so much. It was so difficult, and I was forcing myself to read, and then I just couldn't.
When Betty was like, can we move it to Sunday night? I was like, thank fuck, I can't do this. And then when you moved it again, I was like, I read it, but the torture I went through to get through it on the Saturday. And I was like, Josh, don't even fucking come near me, because I literally, like, normally I listen to music. I couldn't even listen to music while reading it. I had to, like, really stare at it. And there was some times where I was on the same page for 4 hours.
Yeah, dude, it felt like when you're in like uni and you're like, I know I have to write this essay, but I can only do like a little bit at a time. So you just did like 2 pages, like put it down, go on my phone for like an hour.
It was just because it was so, I don't know, laborious, right? Like, when, like, oh my god, fuck, the part,
it was a punish.
The reason why I started skipping, right, it's because they would do things, like when he found her again for the first time after 3 years, and then she was like, I need 2 days to leave, and then they decided to, like, in depth go through the 2 days that she spent before she left, like every second of every minute, every cafe that she went to, every piss that she took. It was written in this book, and I was like, these 2 days aren't important at all. Why are they taking up like 4 chapters of the book?
Yeah. It was just like long for longevity's sake.
Very confusing as well.
Remember we've talked about this before, when books are unnecessarily long when they're on Kindle Unlimited?
Yeah, I feel like you could say that Pucking Around was unnecessarily long, but I think we did care that one was unnecessarily long.
But it was
long.
fun
Do you know
and
what
it
I
was
mean?
silly, and I didn't particularly. I could still read it. Like I wasn't necessarily bored. Like it was a bit tedious, but I wasn't bored. I could still pick up the book.
It didn't need to be that long, but still you had a good time.
Yeah.
Whereas this one, I honestly thought that I was going through a slump again, and I was really worried when I turned up today. I was like,
that's
fuck.
How I felt
hope it's
I was
not
like,
just
dude,
me.
have I like caught it from Ola? Like, has Ola talking about her slump like made me go into a slump? I was like, what if I can't read anymore? I was like, what if I've just lost my ability to read?
I actually wasn't able to pick up another book while I was trying to force myself through this book, and I have not picked up another book. Because I was just like, I was so frustrated with reading. I thought there was something wrong with me.
I picked up another book because I was like, I need to get this out of my fucking brain.
Nice.
I've read, this is the most I've read. Since I read that book, it was so bad. I've read so many fucking books since then.
You know, it also included my least favourite trope ever, which is when parents are more obsessed with the children than their own children, children's partners than their own children. That's a good Lachlan, point. You've never spoke about a woman before. She must be so important.
She must be so special.
She must be so special because you usually just like pump and dump women. Why are you telling your mum that? Why does your mum know that much information about you? That you're running around fucking every woman in town? That you're obsessed
Why is your mum being like, it's so good that like you're actually treating a woman like a person?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I just say something? Yes. I've forgotten all of the sex scenes.
Same.
There's not a single one I can actually.
A lot of them are like very inappropriately placed too.
I just don't remember them.
It would be like him like plotting to kill this guy, and then being like, "But I'll fuck her."
Yeah.
And they'll like cut like they were just very like weirdly cut.
Yeah, I don't remember a single fucking sex scene in this book.
My favorite sex scene was probably the car sex scene after he won his like game.
Oh, the one in the back of the car.
Right. Yeah, that one was quite nice.
Yeah, that one was pretty good. Yeah. So that was in the first half of the book. See, I reckon if they just had the first half of the book, there was no like 3 years later, and like the conflict was resolved in that time, like at the end of college or whatever. I reckon it would have been like a much better book. Yeah, I think they needed the 3 years later go back.
I think I could have done that. I think I would have enjoyed the book if it was just their relationship in college, and then they got rid of her stalker.
Yeah, just like a dark college.
And then like the epilogue was like him doing his NFL draft goal and her achieving being like a sports medicine doctor.
Author is good enough to write something like that. Like I'm not trying to be.
Well, I think it would have been more like. Well, I think I would have been able to stomach it more. Whether it was like good or not, I think I would have probably read it properly.
Yeah. Just have it be like 250, 300 pages, right? Nice.
Yeah, it didn't have to be 12,000.
I think it was 450.
It honestly felt so much. I actually thought it was like 700.
Yeah, it did feel like
450 is pretty like big. Like not a lot of the books that we read hit over 400 for us.
To be honest, a lot of the sort of more the past couple of books that we've read have like we've been picking longer and longer books, and we should probably cut that out.
Stop.
Yeah.
We should just stop.
I don't mind a long book. It doesn't bother me.
I don't mind either if it's good. It's just when it's bad. Like, at least
whatever.
At least like if it's a bad book, if it's short, then you're just like, oh well, I'm already at like 50%. You know, like it's so easy just to like get over and done with. But if you're a big book, you're like, I've only read like 20%, and I already know I don't like it.
Yeah. It's a bit of a punish.
It's rough.
Well, our next book next week is very fucking short. It took me an hour and a half to read it.
Do you have anything that you liked?
I liked when it ended.
Great.
I liked Lila's character at the start.
Yeah, I liked her character too.
Before I was oversaturated with her.
The concept was original.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Having a dark hockey romance.
I was excited too though, because I was like hockey romance dark. That's never been done before. And then I was like,
obviously you shouldn't. Yeah.
No, well, it can, but just by somebody else.
Can we commission
I don't know, call Jade West.
Yeah, come on, Jade West. Knock it out of the park.
Do you know what that would turn out to be?
I'll take it. Yeah. I don't know. It sucks. It sucks.
What else is there to say?
It sucks when we have an episode like this. Like, I feel like
we let everyone down.
Yeah, but we're like, I don't want to hate the book. Like, I don't want to waste my time.
We're protecting people.
Yeah.
We're doing a good thing for society.
Don't read this service.
Book. It's PSA.
We're taking the hits.
Yeah, we did it so that you don't have to.
Although, to be honest, based on the rating scheme, like, we could be fucking wrong. People love this book. We are, like, in the minority here.
I don't know, man. I feel like because we all consume so many books, right? Like, we all consume, like, hundreds of books a year.
I feel like
so I just feel like our rating system is maybe, like, a little bit less biased. Because we read so many different types of books.
Yeah. How many times have I said a book for me may be 2 stars because I don't like the tropes, but if you like this, it would be like a 5-star. I don't think that we're that, like, I feel like we're
No, I never vote on tropes, never vote on content, vote on, like, format, vote on, like, the writing. Yeah.
Yeah, and the
your engagement.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, nobody likes reading about, like, essay, right? So, but I didn't like that. That's not why my vote was low. It's because it didn't keep me engaged.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck, man.
Yeah.
It sucks. It actually sucks ass. It actually makes me so angry when we read books that, like,
I'm surprised you guys gave it a 2.5. That's so kind.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I still feel bad, right? Because, like, somebody still fucking wrote this. I'm like, and I keep on thinking about, like, what if she, like, listens to this episode and just, like, feels like absolute
writing
shit.
it. Congratulations on finishing a book. Get it edited.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, find a better editor.
Yeah,
That's my piece of advice.
Yeah. To be honest, like, you know, there's a whole team that goes into writing books, and I feel like when we criticize a book, we're not criticizing the author, we're criticizing, like, everybody who's in the process
of, like, involved in
creating this book, like your ARC readers, like your beta readers, like the people that didn't give you the right critiques.
Like, when you write your book, give it to people who will give you, like, unbiased criticism. Don't just give it to the people who like reading your books.
Yeah, give it to somebody who hates your books. Yeah. But I do not want your next ARC. So
no, thanks. I'm good.
Right. Shall we play our little what men do in books that we wouldn't like in real life?
Yes, because that's really fun and exciting. Wow.
Both of yours are just, like, real life shit, and then, like, I have one which is just so out of this world.
Dude, well, I said that, like, when I was looking at your list, I was like, why is all this list so specific?
Yeah, because
like,
I
looked
like,
at
specific things from specific books that we've read.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't say we were doing that. You just said things that men do.
No, but that's okay. I just decided to do
that. I'm going to read everybody's out to make it easier, I think.
Okay.
You can do that.
Because I've got it up on my phone. So we'll just, like, start and we'll just all respond. The first one is the specific one, which is, like, being swung off the edge of a ship.
Do you know what? Somebody actually commented that as well on our Instagram about another book. So it's not just this book that does it, because I mentioned that about Sea of Ruin, because I said that was a scene that I didn't actually like in that book. I pointed that out specifically as a scene that I didn't like. If my man tried to swing me off a ship and then fuck me 2 weeks later, we'd have a problem.
Why are you... Sorry.
I would hope they would institutionalize me if I allowed that behaviour.
Okay, right. I get that, but this is in real life, so why are you being swung off a ship? Josh isn't a pirate.
None of this is real life. None of this is real life.
The point of the game is what you wouldn't let someone get away with in real life. So in what real life
wouldn't
scenario...
let him get away with it in real life. This was the first thing that came to my mind when we came up with it. When we were sitting there talking about it on the podcast last time, I looked at it and I thought about it and I thought, yeah, that's one. That's the first thing that came to my head. I don't want to be swung off a ship by my fucking tippy toes or whatever the hell he had her swung off by. And then fucking 2 weeks
My
later.
question is, though, why the fuck is Josh swinging off the side of his shit?
Oh, he's got so many reasons, honestly. I am such a fucking annoying person.
Oh my god. Being called my bitch as like a term of endearment, I guess.
That gives me mad Tilly Cole
Yeah, but
where
do people say my bitch?
I don't... MC. Yeah, but I hate the word bitch. I hate the word bitch. I violently hate the word bitch. If a man was to ever call me bitch in an argument, I'd start swinging. You'd have to arrest me.
I've never been.
I would rather be called a bitch as like as an insult than as like a term of endearment. I think it's worse as like a term of endearment. To like like hi bitch, like my bitch, whatever. Like no, like just. Call me a bitch because I've been mean.
I think I'd rather
my
be
bitch
called...
is back at the clubhouse. No,
I'd actually think I'd rather be called like a whore than a bitch.
Yeah,
I wouldn't. I personally would not like either. If that's okay with you.
Yeah, I don't know. I just the word bit, it makes me skeeve. It actually makes me skeeve because it just makes me think of like every time you've argued with a man who just like doesn't like what you've said, and you haven't particularly said anything like mean or something, and they've just gone like, yeah, well, you're a fucking bitch.
It's like they drop a bitch like it's some massive like conversation ended.
Yeah.
And it's like it's like the worst comeback.
It's awful.
It's like whoever smelted Delta. Like it's the shittest comeback ever.
Yeah,
like,
but
I know you are, but so am I.
But it ends
like that's what it
does
feels
in
like
conversations. Because what the fuck am I
like,
meant
what
to
the
say?
fuck are you supposed to say back to that?
Yeah, like what can I say?
My response, I would be like, well, at least I'm not a little bitch, and then I'd walk away.
And I've literally I've had arguments with my boyfriends where they've been like, yeah, well, you're acting like a real fucking bitch, and I'll be like, pick another word. Pick another word. If you're gonna insult me, pick something else. I swear to fucking God. I don't think
Josh has ever called me a bitch. He's called me like he's called me demented. I don't know, like never. No, I don't think any man has ever called me a bitch.
There is 2 words that I will not accept as a woman in an argument, and it's bitch and crazy. I get those 2 words. Like I see red because they're only ever used. They're only ever used in arguments by men that just like. That you're outsmarted in a sense. As soon as you start outsmarting them and they like lose what they're gonna say, they're like, you're a bitch or you're a crazy bitch.
Yeah.
No, I lose my fucking mind when somebody tells me to calm down.
Yeah, that's
I
fair.
lose my mind. There's no calming me down after you've told me to calm down.
What about
like,
if they were like, you should calm down, you crazy bitch?
I get so angry. I swear to God, I would end up in jail. I swear to everything that is important to me that I would end up behind bars if somebody said to me, calm down, you crazy bitch. I am getting revved up right now thinking about it. Somebody tells me to relax or calm down, I'm like, watch out. Like and then he was like, okay, I won't tell you to calm down. And then one day I was going up and he's like, Hakuna your titties. And I was like, oh! That's worse. And yeah, it went off from there.
Okay. Forgiving someone for lying about their whole life and who they are.
This like can I explain that one?
Turn that down.
Do you know how there's that trope where people like they're a billionaire and then they pretend that they're poor or some shit?
I don't know. No.
There's a trope. There's a trope where they like completely pretend that there's something else.
Oh, to be like, make sure the women don't want me for my money.
Yeah.
Kind of. Or like they've lied because they're like, oh, she's not going to want to go out with me because I'm like out of this world, too rich for her or something. You know, like something stupid like that. I fucking hate. Like if somebody did that to me, I'd be like, I can never trust you.
Also, you know what I think fits into that trope kind of similar? Like lying about being a virgin, like not being a virgin, saying like, oh no, I've had sex before. Like, and then
they just are a virgin.
Yeah, I would be like, leave.
Yeah.
Not because I have anything
I feel strongly
like
about
against
that
virgins, but just don't lie to me.
Yeah, it should just be like something that's discussed, eh?
Yeah.
Like you shouldn't like trick somebody into taking.
Because I feel like I'm consenting to sleeping with somebody that's had sex before. I'm not consenting to sleep with a virgin.
Yeah.
There's 2 very different things.
I actually had a friend do the lie thing to me. And then we found out like his whole life afterwards, and it was completely like it was like two different people. And from that moment on, that's why I'm like, whenever I read it, I'm like, fuck you.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Being forced into marriage through contract.
Like, that would be like everybody's ick. Like, nobody in real life would like that.
There's a lot of religions who do like it.
No, that's not being forced. You're not being forced into marriage. An arranged marriage is not the same as a forced marriage. An arranged marriage, you consent to the process.
Do you know what? This one came up for me because of that stupid fucking book we were just talking about.
What book?
The book we read for this episode.
Oh, because he draws up a contract for...
I remember. If you make it 1 year, you get like $1 million.
You get $2 million.
You get $1 million. Like, suck my dick.
$2 million. Letting a guy try and control my every move. It just wouldn't happen, would it? Like, it just wouldn't fucking happen.
It'd probably be impossible.
It would like...
Yeah, dude. I would like if I ever tried to control me, I would become so oppositional.
But the thing is, I love reading this trope.
You do love this trope.
I love that possessive like trope. But if somebody tried to do that to me in real life, they'd be missing their ballsack.
You know, to speak on George's oppositional defiant disorder, yesterday I was like, I really want to watch Paddington because I've never seen it before, and George was like, no, because everybody likes it.
It's like I don't, and I've already, because I've seen so many people talk about how much they like it, I've already decided that if I watched it, I wouldn't like it.
I have that like, sometimes.
It annoys me that it's popular. Like, it annoys me that so many people like it. Everybody says like it's the best movie, and then it's like, well, it's not the best movie. Okay?
I kind of feel that way about certain books. Like when we talk about
it's the
like
exact same
Colleen
thing.
Hoover, I immediately dislike all of her books. Akatar, like I'm not interested because everyone loves it, and I can't trust everyone. Like things have been very disappointing when we've trusted the people.
I just don't think I just go wrong with Paddington.
When adults go like, Paddington, a kid's movie, is my favorite movie, and it's like, you are get a life, like be an adult, watch something adult. Like if an adult goes like Paddington's my favorite movie, then I think that there's like they have some sort of either like inner child trauma thing going on that like needs to be looked after.
Yeah, but like I have favorite kid movies. Like Peter Pan for me is a favorite, but it's not my full favorite.
If somebody asked you like, what is your favorite movie? Not kid movie, any movie. Would you say a kid's movie?
No, I would say my favorite. You've just asked me a very complicated question. My favorite. My favorite is the Mob anything with the Mob 3 in it, with Robert De Niro, Joe Pesci, and Martin Scorsese doing something together. Those three, my favorite. So any movie with the three of them in it, I'm fucking sold.
All made for adults.
Yeah, I think
that's true. I don't think I would let my sister watch.
Freaks me out when grown men like kid things too. Freaks me out.
I usually don't tell people my favorite movie.
Super nostalgia. Josh, as a person, is nostalgic as shit. Like he watches Surf's Up and stuff like that because he's like, I don't know if his brain just can't handle what's going on in real life.
I get nostalgia, but like when people like aren't just nostalgic for like, you know, I get nostalgia because it's something that you watched as a kid, but people that like keep up with kids things.
Yeah, I guess like Paddington just came out like 3 years ago.
Yeah, like Paddington 2, like are pretty new movies. So
that's like watch him as a child.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah,
no, like there's this woman recently in New York Times that came out because every single room in her house is a different Disney story.
Ooh, that's fucking weird, dude. Disney Adults is the best example. Oh my god. Dude, Disney Adults.
Disney is such a creepy thing. People who honeymoon at Disney freak me the fuck out.
We need to be careful because on the Venn diagram of people who read romance and people who like Disney, there's a lot of lap.
That's true.
I know. But the thing, like, if I was to read Enchanted, which is Emily McIntyre's Peter Pan crossover, like, romance novel, I would fucking love that. It's more like when it's on a level where it's like, as an adult, I would go to Disneyland. I don't know if I would run my whole wedding around Disneyland. There's
like cry when you got there, right?
And then there's another level. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm really sorry to anyone out there who honeymooned in Disneyland, but I just don't understand you, and you can call me and explain it to me. I'll actually give you my phone number. I'll FaceTime you. We'll have a chat and you can tell me what it is about it. Because I just don't get it.
Okay, next one. Tell me...
How did we end up here?
I won't let a man tell me what to wear. There's no fucking way.
They don't even know what to wear themselves.
But it's like, it's also like, say for example, you're wearing like a short skirt and then you walk out and your man's like, you're not leaving the house like that. And I'm like, you can shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
I
don't want other men to look at
naked.
Yeah, fuck men.
Yeah, dude, I'm gonna do something fucking weird.
They would just be like, fine, whatever, she's having a moment.
And you know what? On I guess the antithesis to that is the men that try and like defend that by saying like, my girl can wear whatever she wants because I can fight. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Who? Who are you fighting?
You're gonna look at her legs
like a rat. Calm down. You're not fighting anyone. Relax.
That's what I mean. It's like, I don't know. How about let's not victimize women for their clothes? Let's not do that.
Wow. What a revolutionary idea.
I know.
I can't believe nobody's ever thought of that before.
Wow.
No, that's ridiculous.
Okay. Swearing at me. If I you know those scenes in like the books where like the man's like, get out the fucking car. You swear at me, I'm leaving.
Can I just say something?
What?
I was reading Boy Math the other day, going back to the one that we just did, telling you what to wear and how you were like, oh, the complete opposite. And there was one that read men who look like Pitbull who rape women on the street. And I've never
Wait, are we just specifying rate, like R-A-T-E?
Yeah, like, right. Like give them a number on the street. Like,
yes, but your accent is really skewing that word.
Oh no,
rate.
No, R-A-T for Tom E. Rate.
Yeah.
Rating women, like giving them a 1 or a 10. But like
anybody that judges women by like a numbered system.
Yes, but it's funny because
gross.
it was like men who look like Pitbull, and I can see it. I can see it because I've seen it before, and it just makes me think of that. Yeah, like that
sunglasses,
fucking
like silly little
sunglasses.
Here.
Yes, and they're on the street going, "Oi, she's a 10, bro." Bro, she's an 8, bro. Call me later, baby. Baby, call me later.
Accent?
Huh?
Is that your Eshe accent?
It's from Western Sydney, my bro.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. I got you. Bro, she's a 7. Maybe I'd fuck her. I don't know. That's literally what they fucking sound like, and that's what they say.
Oh my god. Oh, man. Anyway.
Nah, she's a 2. I wouldn't touch her. She's a dog. Like, awful. And they all look like fucking
my god,
people.
Ola.
Sorry!
We got so many left to do.
Swear, I know, but who cares? The book was shit. Let's keep it fun.
Alright, swearing. You cannot swear at me. Ultimate sign of disrespect. Do not tell me to fucking do this or fucking do that. And also, don't get me wrong, I'm fine with swearing. It's swearing at me. They're two very different things.
Swearing towards you. It's aimed at you.
It's like, the sentence is, do not, like, fucking stop doing that. Why did you swear at me? Rude.
Okay. Josh and I swear. I get it, but like we also just don't care.
Get out of the fucking
car. What the fuck are you doing? Like I say, I don't know. Often.
There's like a difference though. I mean, I guess I mean it more so like in an argument sense. Like if we're having an argument, you're like, get out the fucking car. I'm never leaving my car ever again.
This is my home now.
How am I the oppositional defiant one?
I can understand that, but sometimes when you're in the heat of the moment, I've said some vile shit when I've been angry.
You can get angry without swearing. I do it all the time.
Oh, we're not talking about what you say, Ola. We're talking about what men do, okay? It's different.
Yeah.
Okay, well then it's acceptable if I do it to me. To be fair, I don't think Josh actually swears at me. I think it's all me.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Okay. To not let me speak to anybody of the opposite sex. You know, like that's insanity. That's just absurd. Why?
Doesn't make any sense, eh? Like we read books where like the guys will get angry when like a woman goes to order coffee and like the barista is polite.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like that kind of.
I'll do it for my woman, which is every single Gemma.
Looking at what's mine.
every single Gemma Weir book ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, is your gynecologist a man? Like, fucking just relax.
Who knows? We'll find out when I get there. Oh, like, when they pay for everything and then they get angry when I, like, try to pay for things.
I don't care. Let them spend their money. If they're dumb enough to do it, let them do it.
If they use money as like a way to get away with things or like exert power,
that's what it feels like.
That's a big thing, because not letting you contribute even a little bit is like, that's a way to like financially.
That's what it feels like.
It's a way to like manipulate someone.
If I'm like, oh, I just need to nip in here and like pay for something, and they're like, I'll pay for it. I'd be like, fuck off. Just let me like because I feel like it starts with, you don't have to pay for anything, and then it's like, how about you quit your job because you don't contribute or use your money anyway?
That is not always true, Betty. That is such a huge leap and bound. I don't pay for a lot of things.
Thinking.
But you pay. No, just get angry if you try and pay for things.
No, but it's just like a thing that he just pays for most shit.
Yeah, but it's not like he's getting mad at you when you do try to pay for things. But like in these books, like you'll see like the women being like, I'm gonna buy my own dress, and they're like, you don't have to fucking do that. Like, I'll fucking get this. Put the fucking dress on, Jennifer. I just stare at him.
We'll be in Woolworths, and if I don't feel like it, I'll just stare at him, and he goes, well, I guess I'm paying then. And I'm like, yep.
That's obviously not what we've just outlined.
Yeah. I don't know, but he pays for nearly everything.
It's like the opposite of it.
It's more like those billionaire tropes where the guy's like, go and buy yourself a dress, and she's like, oh no, it's fine.
Dude, or being like, or when they go like, oh, I can't believe you live in like this shithole, because they're like a billionaire, being like, I can't have you live in like such an unsafe apartment. And then like,
yeah, and you're like, I don't want a new apartment.
Like,
and then they're like,
I like living in a crack den, bitch. Don't take me away from my crack den, bitch.
Or they're like, oh my god, that car is so unsafe, you can't drive that. And then she's like, well, I like my car. And then they're like, no, get out of the fucking car. Like, I'll buy you a new one. You know what I mean? Like that vibe. That would make me angry.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I understand.
Because it's not just paying for everything; it's the judgment of your class, essentially.
That I understand.
Underwear ripping, or like any sort of clothes ripping. Do not rip my clothes in my underwear.
Waste of money. What a waste of money.
Right?
Just take the
like,
time.
A good pair of underwear is like hard to find. Like you've got those underwear that like they're comfy, but they look good. They don't give you underwear lines. If anybody fucking ripped that pair of underwear for me, I would be upset.
And they don't feel like they're so far up your ass that you can feel it in your throat. Like it's like the perfect tuck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you're gonna rip them? Just take your time. Slow down, buddy. Like, where are we going in such a rush?
Pull them down. It's less work.
Yeah.
Less muscle.
Also, I don't get wet that fast. You gotta do some stuff first.
Yeah.
Rip shit off me. It'll hurt.
I dare you. I can feel you just going like, I fucking dare you. I dare you to try and rip this.
Oh, I swear to God.
I can see it in your face. You're like, go to sleep tonight after you ripped my fucking eye. I dare you to go to sleep tonight.
This is exactly
I dare you to close one fucking eye.
This is how it will
like
go.
Holes, like, and all of like the dick spots in there.
Yeah, I can see it. She's turned into like a mob bitch in 3 seconds.
This
She's
is how it will go.
I'll find out where you live and I'll cut out all your shit.
Here's an example. I feel like the only way you'd rip someone's underwear off is if you're in an awkward position to remove underwear. So I'm on top. I've still got my underwear on. He rips it. I punch him in the face.
You wouldn't want to fuck them afterwards, right? Because you'd be like, why the fuck are you breaking my shit? Like, why are you ripping my shit, man? Like, this isn't hot. Like, why'd you just do that to me? Like, and like they would instantly go from being like, yeah, I'll have sex with you, to like, you are the last person I'd want to have sex with.
It's happened to me one time.
Terrible.
We went to Kmart afterwards and I made him buy me undies. No, I did. I was like, I don't have undies now. Let's go to Kmart. You can buy me undies now.
You should have taken him to a very expensive location.
Yeah, you should have taken him to a nicer store.
I was young. I didn't know that nicer stores existed.
Take him to like Asian Provocateur or something. You take him to like La Perla. This is where the underwear was from.
Where if like inserting themselves into family arguments or like arguments and then speaking on my behalf.
Why the fuck would you want to do that anyway?
Well, that's what men do in these books. And I'm like, why are you speaking to my mum like that?
Mind your own. Like, every man I've ever met has run away from that shit. They're like, I don't even fucking want to breathe near it. I don't want to know about it. Get me out of this hell.
Why are you threatening to fight my dad? Take it easy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Could you imagine?
This is what happens in these books.
Punch you, old man. Your dad would just be like, what the fuck?
My dad is
such a chiller.
My dad is huge. Is it? Yeah. He wouldn't. Yeah, I don't know. It'd be
Aren't
weird.
you like 5'0"?
Oh, yeah, but my dad's 6'4", 6'5"-ish. Yeah. It passed me. Anyway, PDA. I don't like PDA.
I don't like PDA.
I hate it.
I don't like PDA. Like, specifically in books where it's like, I grabbed her and kissed her to show them she was mine.
Oh.
So, like, when they just, like, grab and kiss them, like, in front of, like, a group of people,
When
I would not allow it to
they,
happen.
like, drag their, like, partners onto their laps.
Swear.
Like, get your own fucking seat. Why are you sitting
So
on their
disgusting.
lap? If I was in an event...
I sit on Josh's lap.
Like, in the privacy of your home?
No, like if we're out and we're sitting in a pub or something, there's not enough seats and I'll sit on his lap, but that's like really
different.
The only
if there's
time.
really not enough seats, but if I see a spare seat
but I like
and you're on someone's lap...
No, that's too far. You shouldn't
Sit
be
in
doing
the
that.
seat.
You're
No,
making
I'm
other
sorry.
people
I enjoy
uncomfortable.
that. I enjoy lap
Right.
sitting.
I
I'm a
will be
lap
be
sitter.
bringing you a seat.
Dude,
You can bring
I
it.
came
Doesn't
from,
mean
like,
I'm
a
gonna
very, like,
fucking move my
non-affectionate.
ass.
I came from like a very like non-affectionate family. Like
So
we
did
didn't
I.
even we didn't hug, we didn't do anything. So now just anytime I see anybody being affectionate to anyone else in public, I'm like, that's disgusting.
Okay,
It needs
that's
to be
aggressive.
behind closed doors.
I don't mind a hug. I don't mind a peck,
No.
and I don't mind a handhold or a lap sit, but the rest of it, keep it behind doors. But like a peck, and I genuinely mean a peck. Anything further
You
than
can
that, go home.
Peck at the airport when you're not going to see each other for 6
No,
weeks.
that's bullshit. I'm sorry. You can. I'm sorry, Betty. You can
That's a
peck
good rule.
anywhere. That's too far. We
Yeah.
need some therapy up in this fucking podcast, apparently.
I'm protecting the people.
Um,
Nobody should have to be exposed to it.
I don't
Do
care.
soft pornography.
Hugging someone is not soft pornography. You need help, babe.
There's
There's PDA. PDA to me means people, like I was on a plane from Austria to Portugal, and there were these people who were like, they were just two people in one row, and one was lying down and the other was on top of them macking on. That's PDA to me. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
That's more than PDA to me. That's just like public indecency.
I am terrified of flying. That is
that's
indecency.
like that's a criminal.
Claudia, my friend Claudia was like, "Can you stop?" Like, it was a lot. But I'm terrified of flying, so I hold Josh's hand the whole way.
Oh, but flights are different. People just like end up on top of each other in flights, not making out.
Also, like,
Not
I've
like
never
that. They
told
don't.
you
I've never
like,
seen that
really,
before.
like,
I've been
seen
flying
it.
for 30 fucking years.
Yeah.
That was wild. And they were like intertwined. Like it was really like, and they were like really sensual.
Well, it's like
with
the
each
story's
other.
going on for too long. It's enough. I don't want to hear about it anymore. It's disgusting.
Me and George have been
So
friends for
gross.
nearly 5 years now, and I don't think we've hugged once.
No, and we never will.
Yeah.
And
I'll
that's really
hug you both.
important.
Yeah, no.
You
bad,
won't really have an option.
bad temper.
Yeah, having a bad temper. I don't care who it's directed towards. I don't want to be with somebody who's in a shitty mood all the time.
Oh my god, you're walking on eggshells. Because they're going to bad temper.
I feel like all the fucking main male characters we read are just like angry all the time.
That's my main squeeze, unfortunately. He is a bad temper, but I don't walk on eggshells because I just don't care. You can
Dude, it would
get
just
angry at
I'd just be so
somebody else.
tired. I'd be exhausted.
It's just
I'd just be
Nah,
like, this
because
is like
it's not really directed at me,
the
so I don't really
vibe.
care.
It's like I've got to go outside and someone like bumps into you and all of a sudden now we're having a screaming match in the middle of the street.
Oh no, not like that.
Come on,
no,
mate.
that's not what I mean.
Yeah, I mean like book level bad temper.
Yeah, like grumpy level bad temper like that.
Like Harden Scott from After.
Yeah, man.
I hate him.
Yeah.
Smashing bottles, punching
Throwing
people
lamps
out of
across the
room.
room.
Okay, no.
Yeah,
Just
can't do
as a FYI, my partner does not do that shit. He's just like cranky a lot. That's what I meant.
Clingy.
Clingy.
Oh.
Doesn't want you to spend time without them. Doesn't be like, oh, you're going away to have the girls' day. Why don't I just keep you in my bed all day? We
Every
can
Jabba
fuck.
Weird
Like,
boy.
don't do that.
Like you can't even go to a bar by yourself and then when the one time you do go to a bar by yourself, they're sat in the corner.
Yeah, like that. Like
Gemma
in Gemma Weir's books when they do that. Yeah.
I feel like most of these are a Gemma Weir book. I just want to point that out. Like nearly everything here is a Gemma Weir book.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
I mean, like,
I love reading it, but if it happened to me in real life.
This is what I'm saying, though. Like, things that we don't mind in books, but if they happen in real life, instantly hate the person.
Inexhaustible sexual appetite.
Like, this is a real thing, because I am not fucking as much as these characters are fucking.
Like
I am prone to UTIs. That train is not leaving the station that often.
The UTIs, I think about the UTIs and the pH balance. It's not good all the time.
I'm just thinking, like, how are we doing 7 rounds? Like, I know your dick doesn't last that long.
It hurts. It hurts.
Well, like, when they'll talk about, like, being worn out and sore from, like, the last round, but then they just want them so much that they go again.
I've never had that.
No, that's not what happens.
Too much friction.
You're like, healing time. Yeah. Please.
Yeah. I've never had that where I've thought, I love that pain. Give me more. Ugh. It's like sandpaper.
Ugh. Yeah.
No.
Because I feel like that's the thing as well. Like, I feel like as well, like, one thing that they never address is that, like, you know, like, you have, like, rough sex, whatever, like, kind of hurts, like, maybe during it, a little bit after, but then you wait a bit, and then if you, like, try to have sex again, it hurts, like, so much more. Like, all of a sudden. So it's like, it's not happening.
No.
Keep it away. So yeah, I know that everybody loves these sexual books, but a man that actually had that appetite in real life would be, like, just so annoying to be around.
Yeah, they would be, because it'd be always like trying to grab you and grope you and, like, saying stuff, and you're like, I'm just trying to, like, get shit done. I'm trying to empty the dishwasher. Stop.
I'm trying to go to the toilet and take a shit. Leave me alone.
Yeah, man. Do you have to watch me while I'm showering? I'm trying to shave my legs. Go on.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. I was because I thrive on alone time. I was an only child for, like, so long. You know, like, being by myself is my me time. It's like how I recharge. Don't want somebody in my space all the time.
I can respect that.
When dating them puts you in, like, real danger.
Yeah,
like, there are massive
like 90% of books that we've read.
Like, yeah, dude, all the criminal ones. Like, you're dating them is actually, like, just a terrible, like, decision.
Yeah, like,
you just
now on a hit list. You're on a hit list now.
Yeah, you're, like, getting kidnapped.
Yeah, terrifying.
It wouldn't fly in real life.
When they tell you or think that you're different from, like, other girls.
I know you hate that so much. When I read that, I thought it was so fucking funny. I was like...
Because that's a red flag, right? Like, if a guy goes like, oh my god, I'm so into you, you're unlike any other girl I've ever met, then you just have to go like, what the fuck? So you just haven't actually, like, talked or gotten to know
this book that we're talking about now. That's why you fell in love with her, because she was the only girl that didn't want to fuck him immediately.
Yeah. Yeah. That doesn't say anything about me. That says something about you, and it's not good.
The minute they say unique in a book, you're out. You're done.
Yeah, it's gone.
You're done.
Checking out. I'm cashing out.
Yeah. Not a fan.
Exit the building.
Because I am exactly the same as every other girl.
Yeah.
Well, no.
Yes.
But like we're all the same, and that like we're all like just as deep and interesting in our own ways.
Oh
right?
yes.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. No.
Every woman is like a very like individualized, like deep, has their own story, like lots of like trains of thought person.
No.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Like did I get?
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah,
that's all.
Because the ones that we got on Instagram are kind of, we've already mentioned, a lot of them were to do with like being controlled in some sense or the other, which we've all concluded that is impossible for any of us. There is nobody or nothing out there that could control us.
I think it would be interesting to find a guy and try and get him to do it to one of us. It would be just interesting to watch for like one day. Just for like one day. To see like what would happen by the end of the day and how fucked up he would be. Because I think he would be more fucked up than us.
Dude, I feel like if somebody like I feel like I can like outlast people, right? Actually, me and Betty watched the first 2 Hunger Games yesterday, and then we started talking about like how would you survive the Hunger Games, and I was like, I'd just like hide until everybody else died, like from exposure. Like, that's, like, my skill. So I feel like I'd treat it the same way, right? Some guy tries to control me, so I just, like, sit on the couch and don't move for, like, 48 hours. And, like, just see what they do about it. Like, just don't talk to them. Just fucking sit there.
Yeah.
Like, in silence.
Yeah, I'd probably be worse. I'd be like, make me.
Yeah, so you would, like, respond. You'd, like, be, like, reacting.
Yeah, I'd be reactive.
I'd just be very mean. Someone's like, you need to leave the house. I'd be like, shut the fuck up. Like, I don't know, like, yeah.
No, I'd be amped up for a fight. I'd be like, let's fucking go, mate. Like, I'm ready for this.
See, I think
I've been training for this.
I think, like,
waiting for this day my whole life.
But the thing is, like,
this
people
is an
like
Olympic
that
level for me.
People like that want, like, they want that. Like, they want you wound up. Like, they live for being wound up, right? And I am impossible to wind up.
I just feel like the level that I would take it to, they'd be like, this chick is fucking crazy. Because I would be like, what? Like, I would be like, say it again! Like, all up in their face. And they would be like, what the fuck? Because I would start, like, staunching them and shit.
Of handling it, where it's like, oh, it's, like, the highest you could go. Betty's, like, in the middle. Like, she's just reacting with, like, the same energy. And then I'm just, like, at the very lowest. Like, I just turn off.
Yeah. No, I'd start, like, throwing shit and acting like a psycho, probably.
I think the conclusion to this is that books aren't real, and thank fuck for that.
Thank God they are.
Next week we are
Peter Pumpkined Out.
Peter Pumpkined
Out by Jenny Barrow. So this series, the first one is, like, about Jack and Jill, and I think it's called, like, Tumbled Out. This one's about Peter Pumpkin Eater. And, like, it's based
Halloween.
It's a novella, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a novella. It's very quick to read. So if you guys have the time, read it. Give it a go. I almost threw my Kindle across the room at one of the scenes.
Oh my god.
Yeah. In a good way or a bad way?
Oh, in a way where I was like, it wasn't bad, but it was just like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
but I think this book actually brings up something that we haven't spoken about before. So I'm interested to talk about.
Well, that's due, because I feel like we're just in a cycle of repeaing the same conversation.
No. This is something... Yeah. I'll just bring up what it is. So it brings up, like, how it can be awkward when you're first having sex with somebody and, like, not understanding what their kinks are.
Interesting.
I think that's so good.
That's fun.
Yes. That happens in real life.
Yeah. It happens in real life. And so this is obviously to a very extreme level in the book, but it made me think about, like, this happens all the time in real life, and I've never read about it before, even though this is, like, very dramatized.
And what's the game for next week?
We're gonna, I think, do This or That.
Okay.
Oh, that's fun. Love This or That.
So if you want to contribute to This or That, you know where to find us.
Contribute to This or That. Help us out. I'm going to message a bunch of people anyway to ask them to help, because I've got no fucking clue.
Yeah, put up something on the story, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me, what is the This or That you want to know about us?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And this, I'll give you an example. Like, This or That means, like, coffee or tea.
Yeah.
This or that, coffee or tea. And then we'd answer the question if you're confused about what the game is.
I already know all of our answers. Do you know it could be fun if we tried to guess for other people?
We should do that.
Because I know that Ol is tea, and I know that Betty and I are coffee.
That's right.
Yeah. How well do we know each other?
How well? Good Lord. That's a fun This or That. Yes.
That would be fun.
Right.
This is like that game show where people are married.
And then the person who asks has to go, like, so the person who, like, asks this or that then has to be like, okay, Ol is this, Betty's that.
Yeah.
So we have to, like, guess, and we just take it around in turns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Good idea, guys.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I love it when we come together as a cohesive team.
Well, that's it.
Wow.
We're done. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to Girls Who Read Porn. Follow us at Girls Who Read Pod on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And for all business inquiries, please send us an email on girlswhoreadporn@gmail.com. Art created by Jessica Wanney, and music made by Dane Forgy Stevens. See you next week, and stay smutty, team.